Trouble the rapper's life is cut short over nonsense. There's a lot to unpack here. Let's talk. Drew Titan with the Painful Excellence podcast. I really dislike covering things like this. This is nothing to joke about, and it's unfortunate. Now, I'd be lying to you if I told you I even knew who this young brother was. There's certain music I know about, but I don't listen to, and I hear it, and I don't know who's involved in it. But it's very clear that this young king was established. I heard the story. It was over the news. And I said, man, that's unfortunate. They say, okay, well, Trouble the Rapper died. I'm like, okay, he died. Then you find out, I'm like, okay, how did he die? Was he sick? You know, we got COVID still hanging around here, or did he have some sort of health issue? No, murdered. I say, because he didn't die. Someone killed him. I say, okay, well, what happened? Mass shooting, gang shooting, what? What happened now? What happened now? Here we go again. What happened now? And what do I get in response? Killed by a woman's scorned ex. Man, I face palmed so hard it sounded like a gunshot. It's 2022 and some of you men are running around here in your feelings over a girl that don't want to be with you. What? You know, these are the type of things that they enrage me. Right? They enrage me. These are things that I cover on my show. Now, I'm going to read the article. All right, I'm going to read an article from GQ, and I'll put the link in the description. I want to give them all their credit. This is him apparently with Drake. We all know Drake. You know, I don't listen to Drake, but I know who he is. Very successful musician, actor. You know, very talented young fellow, and there he is. Once you're rolling with Drizzy, you made it, right? So this guy was on top of his game, and he made a fatal mistake, and we're going to go through this. And in no point am I blaming the victim, but what I am saying is, fellas, all around the world, when I get through this, all around the world, on all angles, we have to make better decisions, family, and people who we choose to deal with in situations that we put ourselves in. On my show, I joke about me not liking the borough of Brooklyn. And I say it jokingly only because nothing fatal happened to me over there. But looking back, I always found myself I put myself in positions, and it just so happened to end up in that damn borough. But I put myself in weird positions, and a majority of the time it was over a woman. And I look back at it now like, whoa, what was I doing? That could have went left. This is unfortunate, man. I mean, so I'm going to pull up this article. I'm just going to read it to you. This is from, like I said, it's from GQ magazine. The man accused of killing influential Atlanta rapper Trouble on June 5th is now in custody. The 34-year-old musician born Mario Orr, that's his government name, was fatally shot while sleeping in the apartment of a female companion in the county of East Atlanta. Let me stop right there for a second. On my show, all right, I must have said several times the mistake that I've made on a few occasions was going up in a woman's house and not even knowing what her situation was. I talk about a time I went to a young lady's house, and then I start to ask questions about her. These are things I could have asked her over the phone. This was the early 90s, y'all. There was no social media. You still had to use pay phones in a lot of cases. There were no cell phones like that. The only people that had cell phones were doctors and lawyers, the old ones that were burning holes in their heads. You had beepers. Now, although the line of communication wasn't as thorough as it is now, we've been on the phone several times. But the thirst monster that I ended up at young lady's house, and then I went to ask questions. Get in the house. There's 3 kids running around. Okay, well, tell me about yourself. Now I'm in a house, waiting for the kids to go to bed. Y'all understand what I'm talking about? Tell me about yourself now. Then I get to, okay, well, where's their father? Well, she had 2 fathers to those 3 kids running around the house. Where's their father? One was in jail. The other one was, I don't know, he around. What do you mean? He around. You probably walk past him outside. You know, he on the block. What? At any point. You mean to tell me dude could have just came upstairs? I said, wait, so he could, yeah, he see them, but he see them when he want to see them. He just had, that was normal behavior, which was abnormal to me. But me chasing tail made the horrible decision of going to that young lady's house. That's my fault. Now, I'm not saying that this is his situation. What I am talking about is being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And this is a classic example of that. I'm going to assume that this young man had money, and I'm going to assume that he really didn't have to be there, man. Now, I'm not blaming the victim. I'm just saying, brothers, we got to make smart decisions. Lord knows I made a ton of bad ones that could have cost me my life. I personally knew a fella that was caught up in the situation, and he went just like this. About 9 years ago, he went out just like this, sleeping, and dude came through the window with a shotgun. Sucker. Let me get back to the article. Jermichael Jones, 33, turned himself in to authorities on the morning of June 7th, according to a warrant obtained by WXIA TV. Jones is the ex-boyfriend of the woman whose house trouble was in, and he had physically abused her previously, which led to them splitting up a week before the shooting. So they split up a week before, and he's in her house sleeping. That gives me reasonable cause to believe that he knew her, and he had been dealing with her the whole time. He knew her, and he had been dealing with her the whole time. Now, guess what? I don't know. All right, let me say this. Let me add to this. I haven't gotten through the article yet. Maybe he knew her previously. Maybe they grew up together. I don't know. I don't know what their relationship was. Maybe they were play cousins. I don't know. But they knew each other well enough for him to go to her house and go to sleep. Are y'all listening to this? Fellas, are y'all paying attention? Don't hear any story and not learn a lesson from it. When I share my stories, I always joke about it, but look, man, there's a lesson from that. If you're my age, teach your seeds, teach your grandkids. Always know where you rest your head, man. Make it a rule. Don't be laying up in these women's homes. Don't do that, especially when they don't have no control. My dumb ass is up in Brooklyn, way out in Coney Island, somewhere, where they filmed The Warriors, the end scene from The Warriors. Shorty telling me, and that was the second time I was in Coney Island. The first time was a doozy. Oh, where your baby daddy at? One in jail. Where the other one? Oh, he around. What? I could have been in trouble, no pun intended. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is so enraging. This is the fella right here. Judge denied him bail. I actually saw the video on this. It's ridiculous. This is a closer look at him. This is enraging. But let me get back to the article. Reporter Tori Cooper said that the police set up outside Jones' mother's house. When he called her, she said she had him speak to law enforcement. The officers and his mom convinced him to turn himself in peacefully, Cooper said. The Rockdale County Sheriff said that he did not think Jones expressed any remorse right now, but that he turned himself in because he was afraid. The charges Jones will face include felony murder, home invasion, and battery. Though Trouble did not have the same chart of success as his peers like Young Thug and Future, all names that I know, but I just don't listen to their music. He was a pillar of both in the Atlanta rap scene and the community at large. So in Atlanta, he was known. I mean, you walked the street, you knew who he was. Artists who mourned his death on social media included Georgia superstars like 2 Chainz, Gucci Mane, and T.I., while LeBron James also acknowledged his passing. Trouble first earned nationwide attention for his snarling single Bussin', and became a sought-after feature working with Thug, Killer Mike, and Lupe Fiasco, among others. I know all of these guys. I don't know the song, y'all. I remember I'm 46. There's certain things I don't listen to. They go on here to talk about how he grew up and his career. This is tragic. This is tragic. Now, I'm also going to read you something. The link will be in the description, family. I'm going to read you something that I got off of. Let me get this murderous fool picture off of my screen. This is ridiculous. This foolish, insecure jerk. I'm going to read something that DJ Punch posted on his Instagram. It says, judge denies bond for suspect accused of killing rapper Trouble. And this is a full court hearing and the story. The picture I just put up, that was him being denied bail. Okay, it says here, Jones busted into an apartment at 3:14 a.m. and saw the woman in Trouble asleep in her bed. He began punching the woman in the face, which woke Trouble up. Are y'all hearing this? Trouble attempted to defend the woman, so Jones shot him, and then he left. So he shot Trouble and left. Let that sink in for a second. Men, please listen. I need you guys to listen. Listen, I just read it to you. Listen to that. Jones bust into the apartment at 3:14 a.m. and saw the woman in Trouble asleep in her bed. He began punching the woman in the face, which woke Trouble up. Trouble attempted to defend the woman, so Jones shot him and then left. Jones and the woman had dated for 3 years, but had broken up the week before. The relationship ended when the woman confronted Jones about not having a job. And Jones responded by hitting her in the face. That's the story. I'm reading this to you. That's the story. Now, more might come out. I don't know. But this is what I'm reading to you. She didn't file a police report. Oh, my God. He punched her in the face. Didn't file a police report. Didn't file a police report at the time. Then because he disappeared after punching her. Jones reappeared the night he killed Trouble. So he decked her, left. She didn't tell the police. Somehow connects with Trouble the rapper, he comes over to the crib, falls asleep in her bed, 3:14 in the morning. He's fighting this dude off of her, and he gets shot and killed. Are y'all paying attention to detail? It says here, although he had previously lived in the apartment with the woman, he had to pry the door open to gain entry. So they had a fight. He lived with her. She was beefing at him for not being employed. They got into a fight. It turned physical. He won. He punched her in the face, and then he left. Sounds like she did something to the door that he couldn't get in, like change the locks or something. So he had to pry the door open. He comes in and not only sees her in bed with another man, but it's the rapper Trouble. The rapper Trouble, who has Drizzy on speed dial, who's shouted out by LeBron James, who's celebrated by his city. Gucci Mane knows him. All of these people, these high-powered people in the industry know who he is. T.I. knows him. And now, and meanwhile, she's in the bed sleep with him, and she's telling you to get a job. What a blow to that ego, right? Now, you done kicked the door open, man. You done kicked the door open, and you see her in bed, not only with a regular dude, but this is Trouble the rapper, one of Atlanta's finest. Decision-making time. Decision A. You moonwalk out, take a deep breath, and just leave. And just say, hey, man, I don't know what happened to that dog. You know, work out some lie. Say, I ain't do that. Or in a fit of rage, with all of this feminine energy, because that wasn't testosterone that kicked in. That was ego. Because I swear to God, men don't do this. Fellas, if a woman does not want to be bothered with you, don't bother. Choose your sanity over tail 100% of the time. What are you doing? Yo, listen. Something else I spoke about in the past. My mother sat me and my older brother in front of the television and made us watch as many episodes of Popeye as she could. It was beyond entertaining. But I said, you know what, Mom? Why are you so insistent on us watching this cartoon? I'm getting sick of it. And she asked us, what do you think of olive oil? And you know, me and my brother, we was like, you know what? Popeye, every episode, gets into a fight with Bluto over her. And she said, that's women. Don't play into that. Be smart. In real life, Bluto's dead because Popeye blasted him. Popeye goes to jail. Olive starts dating Wimpy, the guy that eats burgers. The guy that eats burgers. Do you understand? I hope y'all understand that. That's the real world. The spinach is symbolic of a gun. Without that can of spinach, Bluto's sons Popeye every episode. Wake up, men. Get your ego, your fragile ego, under control. Trouble is dead. 33 years old. He's not coming back. This fool who's not in control of his emotions is going to prison. He's not coming out. And good luck. There's probably a lot of people in that prison system that listen to his music. They're waiting on him. His life is over. Trouble's life is over. But that woman, though, oh, no. Haven't seen a picture of her yet, have you? Have you? Now, again, I don't know their relationship. Maybe, like I said, maybe they were play cousins. Maybe he knew her and grew up with her. Or maybe he was just banging her for him to be asleep in her house. Now listen, fellas. I need y'all to listen to this. I need you to pay attention. And I'm not blaming the victim here, but I need you to pay attention. You heard the story. This man was dating this woman for 3 years. Do you think she just met trouble? You think she just met him? You think that? Or did she know him the whole time? Do you hear what I'm saying? Women, you can listen to this too. They didn't just meet. If they had just met, that's worse. I just met Trouble the Rapper. And my man, looking like a black Grizzly Adams, don't even have a job. How do we know it was, oh, nigga, you need to get a job? Well, I ain't working 2 years. You ain't never said nothing. Why the sudden change? Psst, maybe she been hanging around this brother. Maybe she thought she could level up. I just find it weird how they had a fight. He punched her in the face and left the scene. She didn't go to the police. Calls this brother. He comes over. And we don't know what happened. We don't know if they slept together that night. We don't know if they were dressed in the bed. But it's 3:14 in the morning. He's sleeping in the bed. I doubt he was dressed. Dude kicks in the door. Catches her with another man. He starts kicking her ass. He jumps up. Yo, what you doing, homie? Bang. And then left her. I'm not saying he should have did anything to her either. I just find this whole thing like ridiculous. Fellas. You eating these women, you got to conduct full-blown interviews. Full-blown interviews. You have to conduct full-blown interviews. Where's their ex at? I don't care whether they have kids with them or not. Where their ex at? Is he around? Is he on the block? Is he locked up? Where is he? What is your relationship with him? No, I am not going to your house. She was dating this man for 3 years. They get into a fight. This brother's in the house a couple of days later, a week later, or whatever. Not good. Punched her in the face. And then disappeared. And you go to the house? Brothers, we gotta be smarter than that. He's at large. Wait a minute, baby. He punched you in the face. Go to the police. You ain't go to the police? Because they should be looking for him. So wait a minute. He punched you in the face. He dipped, and you don't know where he is? The last place you should be is at her house. Now, if you don't want her to come to your house, I get that too. Why don't y'all meet in public? How about this, y'all? How about this? Y'all ready, fellas? Y'all ready, fellas? Keep Jimmy in your pants. Let her work that out. Let her work that out. Phone call. Yeah, Trouble. He punched me in the face. Go to the police. Can you come stay with me? I'm so scared. Baby, no. You know what? I'll put you up in a hotel. Let me make a phone call. Can you get to such a hotel? I done paid for it. Go stay over there. Go stay over there. Don't even meet her over there. Because this is the type of dude being that he shot him. He's not beyond hiding in the bushes. And let me see what she's doing. There's a skit all over social media now with these girls leaving the crib, and the ex-man is hiding. He's camouflaging himself as bushes, and he's jumping up and chasing them back in the house. Dudes really do stuff like that. I've seen it. Their ass end up in jail all the time. What I'm saying is this man is dead over stupidity. over stupidity. No one told this dude, Jermichael Jones, to be in his feelings and do this. This is ridiculous. But you know what? That woman knew what kind of man she was dealing with. Now, I don't know if he volunteered to come over there or she asked him to come. I don't know. And family, let me be absolutely clear. I am not blaming the victim. I'm just saying, fellas, we need to look at this situation and learn from this. I always tell y'all, look, from me, it is a cardinal sin to be going to these women's houses. It's a cardinal sin. Don't do it. Wait it out. You need to know what her past is, who she's dealt with, because you don't know who's camouflaging those bushes. In this instance, he was totally caught off guard, sleep, defenseless. This ugly, dingy, grimy dude kicked the door in, breaking and entering, and starts kicking her ass. He wakes up to defend her, and he gets shot and killed. Trouble gets shot and killed. Are you kidding me? My only wish is that this brother made a better decision, man. That's my only wish. My only wish is that he analyzed the situation and said, you know what? Yeah, you know, Shorty might be a good person. And I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I'm just adding to the story because I don't know. Maybe she was a singer that he was going to work with, you know, or maybe she just had a killer body. I don't know. But brothers, you got to think, you got to be smart. You got to be smart. Be smart. That was not the brightest of moves. And this is just based off of what I'm reading now. More things might come out. But the key component is she was in a relationship with this guy for 3 years. And the root of them falling out was her telling him, you ain't got no job. And the altercation got physical where he punched her and then fled the scene. She didn't even call the police. That is a red flag, man. He didn't think to ask that. Yo, he did what? He hit you in the face. Did you call the police? You didn't call the police. Why? But then you go to her house. You see? Do y'all see what I'm talking about? Do y'all see what I'm talking about? It's ridiculous, man. And this is so sad. It's unfortunate. Popeye and Bluto. Popeye and Bluto. Olive Oyl. She's with Popeye, and then she sees Bluto doing something tremendous in the street. Popeye, why can't you be like him? With his tumors on his forearms. She goes rubbing elbows with Bluto. He tries to get a kiss, aka get some tail. And she's like, no, I ain't want to go that far. Help, Popeye! He runs over there. Bluto starts kicking his ass. Reaching the shirt, finds a can of spinach, aka the hammer, aka the burner, aka the equalizer. Eats the spinach, kicks Bluto's ass, aka shoots him. I'm strong to the finish when I eats me spinach. Reality is, he pulled out that hammer because he couldn't see Bluto in the fair one. He shot Bluto. Reality is, police respond. Bluto's dead. Popeye goes to prison for the rest of his life. Olive Oyl is on to the next. Men, I promise you, you need to know your worth. You need to get your egos under control and make better decisions. Make better decisions. I hate the fact that this brother was in this woman's house. He'd be alive if he wasn't there. I hate even worse the fact that this fool didn't have his ego under control. And it's suspect that they was dating for 3 years in one altercation that we know about. Let's say that. One altercation that we know about. Got him to go AWOL for a little bit just to come back to the house to find this man sleeping in his bed where he used to sleep. 3 years? Now he's sleeping where he used to sleep? Lot to unpack here. I might cover it again on a live stream, but this is just tragic. It's uncalled for. It's unacceptable. Throw the book at this dude, Jermichael. Get him out of there. So sad that this young king lost his life. Ridiculous. Man, I'm just tired, man. This is ridiculous, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This is Painful Excellence Podcast.